What's up, everybody? You tuned into Rightfully Structured. I want to touch on the subject stop pretending. So I'll sit back thinking, and so many situations I then viewed in my head. People are allowed to be a certain way because basically the people around you are allowing you to be somebody that you're not. 9 times out of 10, they probably know this type of stuff, but they like the fact that you depend on it. But truly, it's not really about the other person. It's really about you. When you see these type of situations occurring, because I don't care what anybody say. You know when you're lying. You know this stuff. But usually people lean more towards the people that cater to that type of stuff. That's like fuel. It's not really about anybody's feelings. It's about addressing it, being real about it, basically. I'm thinking through experience of just dealing with people and seeing these countless situations happen. And one thing that I learned is that when someone is going through that, then it's really hard for you to say anything to them. Even if they act as if they're listening, they really just want to shut you up. But it's not really about planting the seed, like, not even really planting the seed, should I say. It's not about forcing it on someone. It's about planting the seed. That's what I should say. You can't just over water a seed. That can kill it. So you gradually water it. You plant it. You water it at a timely manner, and you allow nature to take place. You allow this person to hopefully get visions and enlightenment on the situation. The stronger you will get if you observe this, if you're someone that allows this type of stuff to happen. Basically, you're the one that is trapped. You look for this type of fuel from someone else to make you feel good. I actually stopped that a long time ago, fueling people that way. Because at one point I was, let me correct it. Let me really correct it. Yeah, when I was younger, I did somewhat kind of fuel it, but instinctively I knew that it wasn't right. So once I finally grasped holding on to the truth and just speaking it, it actually made me feel good regardless, even though someone else didn't feel that good about the situation, but it was right. How can I say I truly care about you and all I want to do is just lie just to make you feel good? Yeah. I feel like at some point, a lot of us could have played both sides of the fence. And to the ones that actually play both sides of the fence of situations, it helped you visualize things a lot better so that you understand it to move forward and actually probably help people. At least in my part, my place. Yeah, that's what it did for me. And truly, I didn't have to take the time to actually try to discuss this type of stuff with people. But even before this YouTube channel, as far as my work, any job I had real conversations with all kinds of people. I might not appear a certain way to other people, but you can't really go off appearance with people. That's not that important, because if you're going off the appearance, then basically you're going to miss the true jewels of a person. Someone could be probably put in your life right in front of you, and because you fixated on the wrong things, you're not going to see the person for who they really are and how they benefit you. I'm a probably touch on that on another video, but got to be more observant of allowing yourself to accept something that's not true in your mind. Because depending on how long you allow this situation to occur, that's like phew, that's even tougher to dig out of. And that's just from me just looking at the situation. I couldn't imagine having to deal with something you get so deep into it that you now it's like, it's so much that you have to accomplish to get out of it. And especially if you're not aware of it, then you're just constantly digging. I don't wish bad on anybody. I feel sorry for a lot of people, because when you really break it down, the lack of knowing certain things is really the cause. Or just the lack of something is really the cause. Because if you think about it, if a person is doing everything that they rightfully should be doing, What do they have to lose? What do you truly have to lose? Because it creates a different strength inside of you. Helps you deal with things on a different level, so you don't have to stoop, or you can constantly vibe high and not see things from a low perspective. And I've been there. I've been on both sides of the fence, so I know. Not just talking. I seen the low. I seen the high now. And I made my mind up. Looking at it from this point now, the low, most of that stuff, the reason why I was stuck is because of the things that I indulge in, that other people indulge in, which attract the same, they attract the same, like meets like. But you basically have to take charge of yourself and remember that you have to always be willing to grow. You always have to be willing to grow, because I don't care how you look at it. Some people, when they hear grow, taking the time to grow and learn, to learn the right things, they're looking at all the big things. Sometimes it's not just about the big things, it's about the small things, because we're constantly learning every day, all day. Even if it's something a new word that you learn, or you're outside walking and you see this flower you never seen before. So you look it up, now you learned a new flower. So you're always learning. You just got to figure out a way to put that into your daily, agenda. How can it match your daily agenda that you're addressing your situations, so that you're not continue to not complete certain cycles. I'm truly thankful. I'm truly thankful. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that my life is fully complete. But I tell you what, I can say that I'm comfortable. And a lot of people can't say that. And this is not to throw, shade or anything like that. It's about knowing where you stand and not allowing anybody or anything to interfere with that, because you need that comfort space, that in your mind or wherever, your house, whatever. If you can actually say that, okay, I'm comfortable, that you don't have to do certain things to search for comfort, that's a blessing. And for the ones that don't understand, I encourage you to try to do it, because you really don't need people, places, or things. What I learned is that the true comfort starts with you. Just like back to one of my older videos, self love. Find that comfort space in yourself, and try, should I say, try very hard. And the best way I would say that I had to do it though was to separate myself. I had to separate myself. And the people that know me, they never understood. A lot of them, well, nobody really understood. I'm gonna say that nobody understood why I was, and why I was doing the things I was doing, or why I was the way I was. Because the more I started to understand myself, the more comfortable I became with myself. So the more I continued to find more comfort in myself, it was probably looked at in the wrong light, to someone else. Depending on how they want to look at it, it could have been looked at, oh, you being selfish. You could be looked at as anything. It's not my job to figure that out because I know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. The days that I have time to actually sit back and think to myself, I learned a while ago, a while ago, that was like very important to me. I learned that majority of the situations that I was in is because I wasn't having enough time to think to myself. I was distracted. Doesn't matter who it may be. Distractions come in so many ways. One thing though I would say, try to understand and accept you for who you are, your past or whatever. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It's about moving forward so you can continue to grow. Because if you're sheltering these things inside of you, it's gonna stop you from growing. I learned from my experience, still learning. So what are you really trying to do as far as yourself? Because I see it's a lot of people that they run from their issues, and I'm not criticizing, but somebody like me, once I observe it, especially if you're kind of close to me, and I see that you live in a certain way, and I'm giving you advice, and I got faith in you, but you constantly doing the same things, then it's like now I gotta pull back from you because we're not on the same pace. No, I'm not trying to be better than anybody, but let's say this. you got a business. You know the type of person that you're looking for to help your business run properly. But you're accepting a person that has no type of experience and even show no type of potential growth. With that said, what do you expect to happen? Shit's gonna fail. I get to a point in my life now, I don't want to be associated with certain stuff. I can continue to communicate and, but this is the thing. Once you get to a certain point in your life and you continue to associate yourself with things that doesn't fit you, it's not for you anymore, that will bring you down. That will truly bring you down. I don't want to experience that. I experienced it a lot in my life. It's to a point that I'm accepting things for what it was and I'm moving forward. And the people that's not for me, that's cool. No hard feelings. But I'm not going to sit back and allow certain things that took place in my life to continue. Doesn't matter who you are in my life. End of the day, if I allow it, then who's the fool? And I don't want that title. I don't want that. So you keep it. I'm not going to be the fool. Doesn't mean that I don't love certain people anymore or none of that. It's just about knowing when something's not right. A lot of people have been put in serious situations with their life because they ignored the signs. I've been in it. And best believe my eyes is open now. I'm on the signs now because I don't want anyone to feel that they can control my life in any kind of way. I don't want somebody to feel like they can try to harm me in any kind of way because of my guard, the way I deal with things. I feel like the ones that really have your back, in due time, it will all level out the way it should. But when you're dealing with your self time and you're seeing things for what it is, you go into your space, you start to see things for what it is. Don't ignore the signs. Move forward. When you see certain things, no matter how unreal. If you don't have any confirmation, then I advise you to dig and figure it out. But once you open up and you start seeing people, places, and things for what it is, you got to move forward. It's all happening for a reason. A lot of people they didn't have that opportunity to move forward because of the lack of understanding what they were facing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time.